If you would have told me 10 years ago, hell, 5 years ago even, that Kanye West in 2022 would be viewed as a white supremacist Nazi, I would have I would have asked to take a hit of whatever it was that you were smoking, because I too would love to see the future, especially one so creative and colorful. And little do we know that that is the present now. The future of the past, which is the current present, is as crazy as it sounds. Do I think that Kanye West is a Nazi? No. But that is what's going on around here right now. And today we are here to discuss. There's a fly in here. I don't like that. But today we are here to discuss his Twitter suspension. It came after, the last thing he posted was the picture of Elon Musk getting squirted on the yacht, which was funny. That was hilarious. But that's not what got him suspended. At least that's what Elon claims, but we all know the truth. But anyways, no, I'm just joking. But the thing that got him suspended was posting the Raelian symbol, which is a swastika interlaced with a hexagram, like the Star of David. So it's like a Jewish symbol with the Nazi symbol on top of it. It's a real religious symbol, apparently, for this real religion called Raelism, which is whatever. I don't know anything about them at all. I have heard of it before, though. I want to say, I feel like that's the stuff that like Malachi Zoo York got involved in with the Nuaobi. Like, I feel like some of that broke off into the Raelians and stuff like that. I don't know anything about it. It's cooked, basically. And if you don't know what I mean when I say that something's cooked, I mean it's kooky, it's washed up, it's fried, it is baked, it's weird, to say the least. That's cooked. But anyways, that's not the point of this story. The point of this story is the fact that Elon Musk, the new owner of Twitter, promised us that this is going to be restored to the true town square where freedom of speech is allowed at every level, short of inciting violence or calling for harm to be done to people. And the reason that the Raelian symbol was cited for the suspension was due to it inciting violence. Kanye West is a colorful character. And right now he is saying a lot of inflammatory things and hyperbolic things that I'm not going to excuse. I'm not going to try and make excuses for, or say I support it, or say anything like that, or even claim that I fully understand it. I have a good idea of what I think that he's doing, but I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth. One thing I am going to say is that I've never seen him call for violence from other people, a call to action for violence from other people. Not on Twitter, not in general, not in life, ever. A few things I have seen is him talk about certain situations like fighting people. And like in his music, he's talked about how, on 30 hours, how he drove to fight somebody who was cheating with his wife. So he's an artist in that way. He has dabbled with ideas and imagery that involves violence, even coming down to the things that he's been saying about people like Boosie and stuff, to come to him and come and like do whatever you're going to do to him in a person and stuff like that. That's not the same thing as a call to violence, though. The way that he's calling out people like Boosie or anybody who's going against him is because he's tired of the fraud, the imagery, the performative nature of being a gangster and being a thug and all that stuff like that. That's what he was calling out with that, from what I was observing. So as far as getting back to the point of it, ever since he's been restored back onto Twitter, there's been nothing that he said where he said, now this needs to happen to Jewish people because of the things that have happened to me, or anything close, even anywhere near that. So calling it incitement to violence is a lie. And the reason that that is problematic is not because people should be allowed to express themselves, short of calling for violence against somebody else, doing things that would harm people. Elon Musk specifically promised us this. And in the transition from the old guard to the new guard of Twitter, this is the most important factor, the most important feature that people are worried about. Is this a platform for free speech, or is it just another one to be controlled by another billionaire oligarch? That remains to be seen thus far. Elon Musk has done a lot of good work with Twitter, but this is worrisome. And this is somebody who we know he has a personal relationship with, Kanye West. You know, they've been pictured together and stuff like that, so that's cool. And as a pleb, as a lower middle class, whatever citizen in America, looking at these billionaires having petty warfare and stuff like that, maybe there's a leeway to be had in that regard. It's like, oh, this is just how billionaire friends argue with each other or something. That's cool. But when you understand that the average person is subject to these whims in this way, meaning the whims of Elon Musk determine who is and who isn't banned from Twitter, that's what we're moving away from. That's what the problem was. It wasn't that it was Democrats who were in charge of making the rules before the company was sold. It was that people are arbitrarily, without concern for the actual users or investors or stakeholders of Twitter, are making their own choices on visibility and connectivity of the content. And that's a problem. Here we are with a cooler face to it, and the same issues are happening. And I think it's no coincidence that Nick Fuentes has not been reinstated on Twitter. Alex Jones has not been reinstated on Twitter. Elon Musk specifically made a very personalized statement as to why he does not have Alex Jones back on Twitter, which was very eyebrow raising because it has nothing to do with why he was banned. It has nothing to do with the rules of regulations of Twitter. It was solely personal, and that is extremely unsaid. That's like way more blatant and way more worrisome than the things that were happening under the old regime, for lack of a better term. So I would be silly, and it would be silly to not acknowledge the fact that after Kanye West goes on with Alex Jones, somebody who Elon Musk has stated that he personally has a vendetta, for lack of a better term, against, and Nick Fuentes, who has not been reinstated, then it makes, I feel like that is more towards the issue, and then maybe the potential issues of the personal relationship that Elon Musk had with Kanye causing turmoil between other relationships that he has. I think that's more towards what happened with that situation. I say all that to say the resolution I would like to see from this is Kanye West needs to be immediately restored because there's nothing that he did that was wrong. Alex Jones needs to be immediately restored. Nick Fuentes needs to be immediately restored. And I know that we had fun with the little paperwork party for Twitter over the weekend, and it was awesome. It was great. Matt Taibbi did a great job. I'll be talking about that in a little while here. But one thing that is absolute is that we're not just trying to transition the fate of the town square, the public town square, from one set of billionaire oligarchs to another one, that looks cooler, a rebranding of those kind of things. We're done with that. So I think that Elon Musk knows what he needs to do. He's got to bring these people back onto the platform. As far as the symbol and stuff, I think that Kanye West should continue doing whatever it is that he feels right. Like, because we're not here to police people's expression. We're not here to do that. And he has to deal with whatever turmoil that puts him in, the threats or whatever that comes with it. And I don't support threatening people who have differing, thoughts or opinions than you. Kanye's got to deal with all of that at every level. And we're just watching it unfold. I just think that it's fortunate that it's happening to such, like, if this is happening to this man, one of the highest level artists, of our time and things like that, if this is happening to this man, what is happening to the little people? That's the real kernel. That's the real morsel of this story that we have to take and hold close to ourselves, is what is happening to the average person. If James Woods is still posting how his content is being, shadow banned and all that stuff, like I asking when he's going to be restored, how many people who don't have the following of him have that same issue? And I know if you have less following, you have less potential to spread harmful information with whoever determines it harmful. And so maybe it is less impactful on them. But the point is, those are people who don't have a word in edgewise to do anything about it for themselves. So I say all this to say that in closing, we need to see some major real changes. We need to see the reins let go of Twitter. We need to see the billionaires let go of their personal whims and wishes for it and understand what's profitable for the actual platform itself, for the people, beneficial for them, beneficial for the advertisers, everybody. I'm not saying that Nazi symbols and stuff like that going around is the greatest for advertisers, but what is the product that you're selling? Think about that. What is the product that you're selling? And there will be losses and there will be wins with that, but let's get it towards a more perfect state. Anyways, you've heard me ramble enough.